This is my Townhall 15 account, Mr. Termy, okay? I want you to pay attention here. Townhall 15 versus Townhall 17, okay? And keep in mind, this base is not even like garbage really by any means. It's actually a very solid layout. Arguably kind of a hard layout. I mean, in terms of, you know, approaching the base and everything. Look at the fire spread positioning. The poison towers are very secured. And I don't know, the monoliths in the Town Hall are just very annoying. And I tripled this with my Townhall 15, so the main things when you're hitting up is you want to take out the high hitting defenses first to even have a chance at 3-starring, okay? So, what are the highest and hardest hitting defenses at Town Hall 17? The fire spitters. Believe it or not, whatever you've been told as a lower Town Hall about the Eagle Artillery getting removed and the Town Hall 17 is weaker is a complete lie. Fire spitters will obliterate your entire army. That is why they set them up like this. Because they are so strong, their range is so powerful, and you can just get your whole entire army wrecked in like a matter of like 5 seconds. So in order to have a chance at 3-starring a Town Hall 17, you have to kill the fire spitters. And you also have to be wary of the monolith, because you basically have to be wary of anything that hits hard. And now keep in mind, everything at Town Hall 17 does hit hard. So you basically just got to go for the hardest hitting things though. So Town Hall, fire spitter, and the spell towers and monolith most notably. So anyways, we're going to start the RC charge on the bottom left side, I believe, because I want to take out the fire spitters. So make sure that I'm out of range of everything by throwing the spear first, right? Spear these buildings, and I basically just want to make sure my RC gets inside. Now, I might have to sacrifice an invis spell to do it. I use it on the mortar to make sure she goes inside like that. So it might seem like it's a waste of an invis, but you want to make sure RC goes inside. After you take out pretty much all the value with the RC, trying to speed this up a little bit here. I also decided to use a baby dragon to kind of pull the CC a little bit if I could, because I don't want her getting frozen. But anyway, she walks away anyways, thankfully. Just invis my way through. And I pretty much, what I do here in this scenario, you might be thinking this is a mistake in visiting the expo. No, I want my RC to walk above, like over the expo and hit the poison tower. Because remember when I said that that's the hardest hitting thing? We're using dragons here, so anything that will slow down your dragons in mass, in this example, the poison tower, needs to be destroyed like immediately, like instantly. If you can get at least a poison tower, like some fire spitters or the monolith with your RC charge, you have a chance. Especially if you're hitting up. So anyways, you get the poison tower. I think you might even get the scatter shot here. She might get aggro by the hero though. No, we get the scatter shot too. So we do get the scatter shot, I believe. RC dies. She might take out some of the heroes. She pulls some traps. Okay, now we're in a scenario where we got to decide where we want to go into. But keep in mind, we don't really have much cleanup troops. Obviously, you can bring more cleanup troops if you want. But I decided to use a dragon over here. This is kind of a waste in my opinion. You don't really have to do this, just save a dragon, but I like to use one at the beginning because sometimes I forget. And then I send the arrow through the middle. I think I don't really know what I was going for here, maybe sweepers, but I just sent it through the middle with the clone queen, and I used my king to set up a funnel. And I recommend you use minion prince, but my minion prince I believe is upgrading, so that's why I'm using king if you're wondering why. This scenario that I'm in right here though is not really ideal because my king is taking massive damage from the queen and the ricochet cannon. So ideally I want to make sure that my king gets value with his earthquake boots and spiky ball rather. So in this case I decided to sacrifice a freeze. Now you have to be kind of like spell aware. You have to be aware of what you're doing. Like you have to be focusing on one thing at a time. So notice how when I do my attacks in like 3 different phases. My RC charge is my main attack. Sometimes I try to like pull the CC, but that's included in the RC charge. Then I decide to make a funnel or like some kind of hero dive. This is like important, especially when you're trying to take out a higher Town Hall, because you want to try to make a funnel, because if your army doesn't funnel, you're just gonna die. So yeah, anyways, I should have funneled this side, and you got to be aware. That's why I decided to freeze this, so I can try to use the king ability to take out this poison tower. That's the whole reason of me like trying to come down here, is to kill the CC and try to hit the poison tower. I believe it does hit it, but unfortunately my spiky ball is not max level because I'm Town Hall 15. I don't know if you can max spiky ball at Town Hall 15, but that's the reason why I didn't kill it. Otherwise I would have killed it. Anyways, I lower the poison tower, which is like pretty much the goal, and I kill the CC, which is very important. So RC charge, main thing. Then you lower the CC and create a funnel and try to kill the other poison tower if you can. And then at this point, there's really no base left over. And I already got 50% with just the RC charge and the hero dive. Now I'm going to try to send my dragons in. Honestly, kind of a bad funnel job, but at this point, I kind of wanted to hurry up. You make sure you funnel the buildings like this with the dragons too. That's really important. Then you just send your dragons in. Ward ability, make sure the blimp gets there. See how it protects from the Seeking Air Mine. And then, normally, people, what they do is they just instantly rage in the Town Hall. You don't really want to do that, because it's kind of a waste of a rage. You want to use it on your main army instead. Especially when you're going through a monolith like this. And you want to kind of power through the Giga Bomb part. Yeti might help here, which is very helpful. Dragons kind of come through. Warden helping. Obviously, my king and queen died, but they served their purpose on the bottom side, creating the funnel, taking out the CC, taking out the other poison tower. And then that's pretty much all she wrote. That's pretty much a breakdown of the entire attack. It's pretty simple. I mean, I kind of feel like I overcomplicated it, but I pretty much feel like I explained every single like ins and outs. When you're up hitting, like the most important thing, just like a summary, is you got to take out the main defenses, and you got to try to get value with your Sui heroes if you're using your king and queen, and you also got to funnel, and that's the most important thing. So hopefully that helps you, bro. Townhall 15 versus Townhall 17. That's how you do it, and then that's how you clutch the war. 74-73. Holy! Unfortunately, I had to use my other Townhall 15 attack on another account, but. Anyways, that's how you do it, man. That's the full breakdown right there. So that way you have it.